There's no business like show business. Is that really true, though? Isn't sports pretty much show business also? And politics? I think there's a lot of businesses like show business. Anyway, so when I was recording, I think on Sunday, yeah, it must have been on Sunday, I mentioned, hey, next week is the Emmys. And right after I got done, I thought, wait a minute, I think tonight is the Golden Globes. I thought, well, I guess I should do a thing on the Golden Globes. But I didn't watch them live that night because, I don't know, I think I was watching something else, whatever. Plus, I thought they're so long. I want to record them and fast forward through the commercials, which didn't work out too well because I went to watch them tonight and I was watching them on the computator and they had it. I don't know if I'd tried from the DVR, but I didn't feel like turning the TV on. It's a long story. Forget it. Anyway, but I couldn't fast forward through the damn commercials. So I had to watch the whole 3 hours. I think it was like 3 hours and 5 minutes actually. Um, but then again, nice thing about having I think this is a 32-inch monitor. I could put the Golden Globes on half, and on the other half, I can be playing chess and pinochle. And anyway, so I just got done watching the Globes, and I have my thoughts. And I know you all aren't aren't sure what to think about any kind of current events until you get my take on them. So I know you've been waiting for this. Let me just say, I'm not as excited about shows like this as I used to be. With the Globes, especially for basically three reasons. One, Ricky Gervais. I think Ricky Gervais should just host every award show. I love watching him, as they say in the old country, taking the mick out of celebrities. And the other reason is I don't see as many movies as I used to, especially not before award season, because I wait until I can download them totally legally. Um, so when you don't really have anybody to root for if you haven't seen the movies. And the other thing is, used to be a group of us that for all these shows we used to get together and eat snacks and watch them together, and it's always more fun watching stuff like this with a crew. Um, and not everybody watched for the same reason. Uh, some of us would be watching to um, actually interested in which movies won and stuff like that. Some people were more interested in what food was being served, and then you had Ellie, who was just interested in what all the women were wearing. But anyway, but that always makes it more fun when you do that. But let's get to it, huh? First off, like I said, I miss Ricky Gervais. But by the way, um, they had, I guess it was a new category this year, comedians. basically, I think it was all from like Netflix stand-up shows and stuff. But it was interesting that best comedian was Ricky Gervais. Uh, and I'm not going to go through all the awards, but so let's start off with the host, Joe Kim, who I think I've heard of but didn't really know him. Uh, and I think, see, and I don't know a whole lot about him. I know pretty much nothing about him. I don't remember ever seeing him before, but I know I'd heard the name. Probably one of those things where you'd see a commercial that would say like, and tonight Jimmy Kimmel has, comedian Joe Kim on or something like that. But I kind of feel like he was chosen because they wanted a minority, because they're trying to prove now how inclusive they are with all of these organizations, and they wanted somebody non-offensive. So they said, who could we get? And it's like, well, black people's too obvious. Let's look for someone else. And so they got this guy of some, who knows what he is. But anyway, and he just wasn't that good. Luckily, pretty much all he did was the monologue. Ricky used to come in periodically through and throw in more one-liners and stuff. I'm glad this guy didn't do this because he was pretty lame. It was sort of like recycled jokes. I mean, it was like the obligatory make fun of a really long movie thing, and I forget what the movie was. Was it Oppenheimer? Maybe that was the one. But it's been done before. So anyway, so much for the host. Let's see. I took down these extensive notes. Well, I'll mention the first award given out. It was for, I think, supporting actress, and I didn't see any of the movies, but I do have to say that Jodie Foster was robbed, only because I love Jodie Foster. Let's see if I can read any more of my handwriting here. Oh, okay. So this is what I just said. Forgot I didn't know I had it written down, but it was what I said anyway. Oh, I'll tell you something else I noticed. And this is really true all the time, but I never really noted it before, but the presenters, a lot of times you have, these well-known actors. Some of them are very good at their craft. Why is it they always suck so bad at making the banter seem real? They always come out and it's like, well, hey, Kathy, isn't it great being at the Golden Globes? Why, yes, Bill. And hey, that's some shirt you're wearing. You know what I mean? It's like watching a junior high production of Macbeth, or something. It's like, oh, I was going to do a line. I was going to do a bit from Macbeth, and I realized what I was going to do was Merchant of Venice, because I am a Shakespeare expert. But anyway, that's why production would be like, the quality of mercy cannot be strained. It dropeth like the gentle rain. That's pretty much the way those guys sound when they're doing that off-the-cuff banter. Here's something I found interesting. One of the commercials, I A lot of times in the day now, I'll watch Game Show Network. And actually, no, this isn't from there. I've seen them on YouTube. You know, YouTube, they keep throwing commercials at you now. I had to turn my blocker off when I started doing videos because I realized it was not letting me do everything. But anyway, so, you know, a lot of times I got to watch the first 5 seconds of a commercial. Some of them, they make you watch the whole like 15 seconds. But there's a lot of those commercials for, I forget what they're called, but it's like the frozen meals that you get. And you'll get like, I don't know what it is, a week's worth or whatever. And then you just pop them in the microwave. And actually, it's the kind of thing I might try, except that when you see what they serve, it's always like Garibaldi chicken with saffron spinach, or just some kind of fancy sounding crap that I would never like, especially because the sides are usually things like cream spinach, with mashed lima beans, just stuff I hate. Or, of course, as we all know, basically, I hate all but about 2 or 3 vegetables anyway. But that's beside the point. But I was going to say about these. So I saw a commercial tonight. They have a thing like that for dogs. You order these pre-made meals for dogs that have been created by veterinarians, and it's, you know, healthy for your dogs. And I know people love their dogs, and they love to say, that they are part of the family. Well, yeah, and I kind of go along with that. Anymore, I don't believe in outside dogs. I believe if you're going to have a pet, have them inside with you. But especially in this weather. Uh, did I mention it's cold? Oh my God. Anyway, but you know, I've had dogs, and dogs are not very picky eaters. You know, dogs will eat anything you drop on the floor. I mean, let's face it, no, dogs will eat their own crap. So, paying, who knows how much this stuff cost? 50, $75 a week or something for some dog that he'll be just as happy, licking up vomit. I mean, that sounds stupid, but if you've had dogs, you've seen them do it. Anyway, what else do we have here? I thought this was interesting. Billie Eilish won an Golden Globe, for something, best animated feature or something, who knows. But what I thought was interesting was they introduced her as Billie Eilish O'Connell. And as she's walking up, I'm thinking, did she get married? I don't remember hearing her get married. Well, didn't realize that's her actual last name. In fact, I Googled her then to see if she did get married. And that's when I saw, and I knew I'd seen stuff on her before, and I had a feeling her parents were kind of hippie-ish. But her full name, if you don't know, some of you are probably sitting there right now saying, well, I knew her last name was O'Connell because her brother, is his name Phineas? But it's like Phineas O'Connell, so I should have thought of that before. But, there's a lot of families where siblings have different last names. But anyway, in fact, me and my sister have different last names. But her full name is Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell. Now, really, the only people who can get away with stuff like that is you gotta have at least like 2 Oscar wins, or 5 Grammy Awards before you are rich and famous enough to get away with stupid names like that. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not even going to bring up Northwest. Uh, but yeah, so I thought that was interesting, finding out Billy's name. Another one, someone else who won, I don't remember what for. I think maybe it was for best song, was Paul Giamatti. And the only reason I bring that up is because I always like Paul Giamatti in things that I see him in, but whenever I see him, I can never remember his name. So it's Paul Giamatti. I'll see him in the movie tomorrow and still won't remember his name. I'll be, oh, there's that guy again. Oh, what else we got? Oh, I feel like the big rip-off of the night. Like I said, I thought Jodie Foster was robbed, but Cocaine Bear wasn't nominated for anything at all. How is this possible? This is like the biggest tragedy since they totally spurned Beverly Hills Cop. I just sometimes, well, Golden Globes, they're all foreigners. So what do they know about real movie making? And of course, this has TV also, which I wrote down nothing about TV shows. And then the award everybody waits for, mostly because it's the last award they give away. And it's the same as with the Oscars. Like with the Oscars, it's the best movie. With the Globe, it's best drama, because Globe also has category best movie, musical, or comedy. And then they have best drama. So the best drama to win was Oppenheimer, which is one movie that they talked about tonight that I'd actually seen. There's a couple movies I think I probably have to go ahead and watch now, like that what are the Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm wondering now, because of all the nominations and a couple of wins. Okay, I'm attaching this as a part 2 because all of a sudden my camera just shut itself off. And it's interesting, I saw a guy on YouTube talking to one day, and it was this guy doing auditing, and he said, hey, does anybody else have any trouble with their iPhone 15s just turning off for no reason? And I said on there, well, no, I haven't. I've done up to like 30 minutes, and it just happened to me. Anyway, I was just about done anyway. And hopefully you'll see this linked. But I was talking about, what was it though? Best drama, right? I was just going to mention about that. So yeah. Yeah, I was saying, in case it cut off before I said it, I was saying that like the Oscars have Best Picture, the Globes have Best Movie, Musical or Comedy, and then they have Best Drama. So the Best Drama was Oppenheimer. That's what I was talking about. This is one I've actually seen, and it's a pretty good movie. But I was thinking about it. Why is it we keep having these movies now about these brilliant scientists who changed the world for better or worse, and then are badly mistreated by society? Because the whole thing with Oppenheimer was, that they all turned on him at the end. And a couple of years ago, we had the one about Alan Turing. Um, Trying to think what the name of the movie was. It was the one about him basically breaking the Enigma code, and he pretty much had to invent the modern computer to do it. And, you know, he was sort of like the unsung hero of World War II because who knows how many lives he saved and possibly even won the war for us. But of course, it was top secret. And then afterwards, the guy was persecuted for being gay. And they even gave him like chemical castration, which ended up screwing up his whole mind and everything. So, anyway, just wondering about that. Why this is two movies now where we had people that changed the world and then we're totally screwed over. Um, while we're on the subject of stories about scientists, another one, if you have not seen it, you should watch it. The one from a couple of years ago now, what, maybe 5 or so years ago, that Hidden Numbers, which I was surprised when I saw it that I'd never heard of these people. It was a bunch of black women who were mathematicians for NASA when it first got started, and a couple of them they like pretty much the space program never would have happened without them. But of course, since they were female and black, nobody ever talked about them. So movies like that are always good. You know, when you learn something. I remember I was surprised because I thought I knew quite a bit about the space program, especially the early space program, because being a child of the '60s, you know, we were watching that kind of stuff all the time. I can remember watching the moon landing. Um, but anyway, it's beside the point. Anyway, this was the Globes. Uh, that's all I got to say about it. Peace out.